The IPL auction is around the corner, and we have come up with a brand new series called IPL Auction Strategies, where we'll discuss about the auction strategy of each franchise and what are their weaknesses, what all they need to fill up that squad. Today on our radar is the Royal Challengers Bengaluru, the red hot team of the IPL, but a team who haven't managed to win an IPL title yet.
I like how you suddenly so mellowed down your pace.
Because
Like
it's actually such a big team, but
a
then
team that hasn't even won one IPL title yet.
that's so sad, right? For all the RCB fans as
A lot of people call them, that, right? The meme is they are called RCB. Unfortunately,
IPL hasn't even started, but trolling for RCB has begun.
No, but I was a big RCB supporter. In that 2009 season, I thought they will win the title.
Yeah, so they have retained 3 players: Virat Kohli, Rajat Patidar, and also
Yash Dayal. Don't forget, it's Yash Dayal. Yash Dayal.
And Yash Dayal. Because it's so bizarre that someone has actually retained Yash Dayal so that's the thing. He has actually improved as a bowler. But you remember a year ago, he was the laughing stock of the IPL, and suddenly he's been retained by RCB.
Also, because he's uncapped. If he was capped, RCB would not have retained him. That is
he was picked for the Indian team, but never got to play a match. And RCB will actually go into the auction with 83 crore rupees in their bank. That's actually the second most piggy bank, if I might call it that way, after Punjab Kings, of course. But Punjab Kings will discuss it another day.
83 crores.
But Siddhant, let's just analyze their weaknesses over the years or in the last couple of years. Weaknesses of RCB. What's that one thing that comes to your mind?
Bowling. I think everybody you ask and they'll say the same thing. It's their bowling. I remember last auction also. They did not have even complete bowlers list.
They had a very poor auction.
They were ready to spend so much money on just one player. I don't know. I don't remember. It was Pat Cummins or Mitchell Starc. They were about to spend 20 crores on the guy. They had such a smaller person. They would not have gotten other players if they would have spent.
And I think they got Alzari Joseph for 11 crores.
11 crores.
If I'm not wrong, I'm not.
After what, 2-3 matches?
Yeah.
So,
but I think half of the battle is already won during the auction, and clearly they are losing out on that because वहाँ पे pick नहीं करते ठीक से.
See, I agree with you to an extent. See, there are days they have picked great teams also in the past, like their batting. When Chris Gayle, AB de Villiers, Virat Kohli were in their prime, that was some team. Even KL Rahul was part of that squad. DK was a good pick for them overall. But bowling, मैं हर बारी मैं अटक जाता हूँ. मतलब बैटर्स तो हमेशा वो सही ले लेंगे, किस तरह कुछ भी कर लेंगे. It's their bowling. I don't know.
Now the fact that Chinnaswamy wicket is virtually a graveyard for your bowlers. So you need to have good quality bowlers in your lineup. So that's one. Second thing, if I may say, Indian uncapped talent. I think they are lacking that as well because
Yash Dayal.
So now they have actually.
They will go. Did they get all out against a big team last year for a smaller score or something?
That's always the case.
But then they will go and find that bowling attack and buy all of them. They did that with KKR. You remember 49 all out, and next season they had gotten Chris Wokes. Everybody was part of that squad.
I think you seriously need young blood infused in your team to actually win your titles. Just big names won't do that for you. And RCB for all has actually learned that over the years that you cannot just win tournaments with big names. Yes, they did a good thing by retaining Rajat Patidar as well, but alongside him in the middle order, they'll need explosive firepower with Indian talent.
So you see, Rajat Patidar is number 3.
Yeah.
Okay, Virat Kohli will open. I think in terms of batting order also, lot of guys they need to go after. You need finishers. They currently don't have any finisher sort of talent.
I think that's actually their third weakness. Because I think a lower middle order, that's actually their third weakness. Because
last time DK still did a decent
since AB de Villiers retired, you are unable to fill those shoes.
But ABD's shoes are like this big to fill for them.
Someone who can come close to him, I think Will Jacks somewhat did that job, but they didn't retain him. So
yeah, actually I was surprised. I thought Will Jacks, because he also adds some spin bowling.
The bowling as well.
He can. You did not retain Glenn Maxwell, which is acceptable. We completely acceptable. We knew that they were not going to retain Glenn Maxwell.
Season. I think it was his most poor season.
Worst. Maxwell did nothing last season. Yeah. But Will Jacks, a guy like Will Jacks, even though he hasn't done well against West Indies in this current series that
Yeah.
England is playing in the Caribbean.
But on Indian tracks.
But what we saw of Will Jacks and what we have seen of him in T20 cricket, at least in other leagues also during the 100 as well, I think Will Jacks can be a very explosive guy. And maybe you
He
just
scored
never
100
know
as well,
RTM. They might just go for an RTM with him, but RTM rules are also different. So lots to ponder about. But yeah, Will Jacks was a
Interesting
little bit of a
auction it will be.
surprise.
Yes, and captaincy. Virat
Virat,
couldn't do it. Faf couldn't do it. I
no,
think they
but
genuinely need an Indian captain to do the job.
that's why we still
We'll come
think
to that.
we'll come to that. But no, I am saying, how do we not know that maybe if they are giving Virat Kohli 21 crores any which way, you cannot be surprised if they make him the captain.
I'll be surprised.
I will not be surprised.
I think it's a move that isn't a forward-looking move.
It's
but
definitely
then-
not forward-looking, considering this is the guy who left captaincy. But then we saw what happened with Mahendra Singh Dhoni, Ravindra Jadeja also.
Yeah.
A lot of times these things happen. See, Faf du Plessis had 3 years with them last season. By the way, the kind of poor start they had, after which that team suddenly rose to the occasion, won so many games in a row,
6 or 7
won
games in a row.
8 games in a row, and I think that streak was simply astounding. It was great to see an RCB team suddenly lift up, and then that false hope developed where we thought maybe they'll go all the way. Did not happen. I think with Virat, and I'm not sure because Virat will be pumped up as a player, but he's mellowed down to an extent to what he was as captain earlier. And
I think let him bat. Let him
let him
just
bat.
bat.
Let him open the innings again. He's, by the way, no more T20 internationals for Virat Kohli also. So this is the only format he'll be playing in terms of T20s. I think he'll be free. I think he just go out there and express himself.
That's what we expect of him, but then let's see what happens in the IPL.
IPL he will score runs. Virat Kohli is a run machine in the IPL.
True that's true. But then since we are talking about
He's a
captains,
run machine elsewhere also, just that run machine hasn't been working too well in the last 3-4 years in certain formats.
True. Since we're talking about captains, so let's now quickly jump on to the players they should actually look forward to in the auction. Here comes my moment.
Love, aise karo, aise, and then go for your favorite.
KL Rahul. I think it's things are very clear.
Yeah.
KL Rahul wants to be with RCB. RCB will also probably go ahead with KL Rahul because, to be honest, local connect.
Kannadiga connect.
Wicket-keeper
He's a
replacement.
Kannadiga, so I
And
definitely
the captain
think.
as well. I mean, don't go by what happened with LSG last year because there were a lot of situations that didn't go their way. But then KL Rahul, the captain, was really influential in
taking them to the playoffs
twice, and that too from the inaugural season and the season after that. And KL Rahul, I think his batting will be too good once he starts to bat in Chinnaswamy. So I think they actually need him. He has actually played with them in the past as well.
I think he also needs to come, like hota na ki ghar wapsi types.
Yeah.
So
and you know what?
He'll come back, and I think RCB management will tell him ki boss, you go out there and express yourself.
I think you have to go for him.
You think Rahul and Kohli will open together? I think
Rahul
will bat in the middle order.
He will bat in the middle.
I think Rahul will bat in the middle
unless
order.
he doesn't have any plans to play T20 internationals anymore.
No, but then you have now they are trying different combinations, right? There are so many openers India have got in terms of options.
So I think
Rahul should bat down the order only, middle order.
True.
So Rahul definitely one choice, one guy, and we saw that in their video. The video the franchisee had put out where they were discussing Rahul, the only non-RCB player they were discussing in that.
And also the fact that Rahul also actually put out a video where he took a picture of Marine Drive and it was all blue and red, and he had that voiceover where he said behind that video, why is everything suddenly blue and red? So,
but Wankhede ke samne kyun kiya usne?
Because you were staying there. Like, come on.
Yeah, I'm just joking.
You don't have to be in Bangalore to be selected by them.
Right. Anyway, moving on to the next guy.
Next guy, Siddhant, I seriously feel that one guy whom they left and that left a big hole in RCB, that was Yuzvendra Chahal. Since Rajasthan haven't retained them and they also have money, 83 crores in their piggy bank, they should actually try and get him at any cost.
See, Chahal irrespective of wherever he is playing, he's a wicket taker.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's got the highest wicket for Bangalore.
Bangalore. Also, I'm saying,
And not just Bangalore, but he's the highest wicket taker in IPL.
They got Hasaranga last time, RCB, and Hasaranga did not do a bad job for them.
He did a bad job.
No, he was one of the highest wicket takers one of those seasons.
He
also.
didn't play all.
He got in. No, not last season. I'm talking about the first season.
No, the first season.
First season when he was picked in the mega auction, he had a great season for RCB. So I agree to an extent that Yuzvendra Chahal could be in their plans again, because let's face it, last season in terms of quality spinners, Swapnil Singh to an extent was decent.
Yeah.
You know,
but he also came into the picture very late.
Like also, I think it was just discovery. Oh, this guy is playing well for us.
But by the way, Swapnil Singh is actually a very good bowler, because since when I
you were
was with
LSG,
right?
you were
So,
part of the.
Let me tell you something about Swapnil Singh. He was actually a net bowler while I was with LSG, and I saw him train, and the attitude that that guy had was just simply amazing. So there was this episode that we wanted to do with the net bowlers.
Okay.
And while we were discussing things with other net bowlers, he wasn't a part of it, and he was constantly bowling in the nets. So I told him कि भाई episode shoot कर रहे हैं, please आजा. And he was like, "नहीं, I don't want to shoot." मैंने कहा, so what happened? Then he let me just practice. I'm not a net bowler.
Oh, nice. So he knew.
He knew his caliber.
He believed.
And the second season, he was picked up by LSG only, where he played a couple of games, but then bought by RCB and did well. Really
Also,
well.
decent batter. Can score.
He's a very decent batter.
Some
True that.
good runs also low down the order. I think left-hander also. I just like left-hander. Swashbuckling, southpaws.
But yeah, since we're talking about him, I think he's someone RCB can actually consider again and try and bring back on board.
So no retaining or not retaining. Forget. No RTMing.
सस्ता मिल जाएगा ना वो?
नहीं ये तो मिल जाएगा सस्ता. But I'm saying Glenn Maxwell तो discarded ही है.
Glenn Maxwell.
So, but even though Glenn Maxwell, by the way, while talking to another media organization, had sort of left it out in the open whether the management might go for him as an RTM option also. So never know what happens is, but he had a very terrible season last year also. Maxwell.
Since we are already talking about bringing people back, why not Will Jacks?
Will Jacks, I think, is a great option. RTM works well for him.
I think they should try and get him back, because you have to strengthen that middle order, and he can also finish games.
Mega auction, apart from the big superstars in international cricket, you would see the Indian players fetching bigger prices. That will always be the case. And that's why maybe RCB said, okay, let's let him go and we'll get him for maybe perhaps a little cheaper. Perhaps.
Let's see. I mean, auction is a very funny place to be.
Yeah. They could very well not predict. Outbid. Yeah. So Will Jacks is definitely another option.
Yeah. And now
even Marcus Stoinis also could be a guy.
Marcus Stoinis, yes, I think there would be a couple of franchises who would go after him. Yeah. And Marcus Stoinis, yes, he has played for RCB before and done well. Actually, so let's see what happens. But then now another name,
Pacers,
maybe a little controversial, because I'm
Siraj?
Controversial. Not Siraj. Controversial because most of the people feel that he is done and dusted, but I think he has still a lot of cricket left in him. That's Bhuvneshwar Kumar.
Bhuvi for
they have to strengthen their pace attack. They always have kids. I think they need a mentor there.
I think you pace attack, yes, but Bhuvi's pace has also gone down quite a bit.
If someone's pace has gone down, you still call him a pace bowler.
That was a bad joke, guys. Anyway, Bhuvi, I'm not too sure.
I think
they need
Dayal share.
You remember? They need wicket takers. Bhuvi for me has not been the same in the last 2 seasons ever since his injury. Remember, he had a shoulder injury.
Agreed.
Ever since that injury, he has struggled.
I totally agree.
Wickets
but I still feel that Bhuvi on that Chinnaswamy wicket, where you actually need bowlers to bowl Yorkers and that outside off stump line and length, if Bhuvi can improve on that.
But the problem is, because Hyderabad is a bigger ground.
Yeah.
Okay, Rajiv Gandhi International Stadium is a bigger ground. With Bhuvi's pace, if it is not swinging, I think it will become very easy to hit him through the line at Chinnaswamy or anywhere else. At Chinnaswamy,
I think you don't really need to play all the matches at Chinnaswamy where Bhuvi needs to take a part. I think you can rest him there. And when you travel 7 of your matches, you try and use him there. Because, very honestly, most of the matches, the home side wins, right?
Yeah.
You make it to the playoffs. Those teams actually make it to the playoffs who are good traveling sides. So I think their Bhuvi can be very.
But some teams have poor home records also. Like not cricket, Manchester United right now.
He's
Like
a
in a way,
United fan,
I'm a
guys.
United fan, unfortunately. No, fortunately for till 2012-13, last 2 years have been hard, but I will stay forever United.
Let's not
Football, we have
not
started
just
discussing.
football. I can actually talk about football. I
No, no,
don't
no,
mind,
no,
but
no.
not Manchester United.
Okay. Another
From
day,
one red to
another
another red.
topic.
We'll not go to reds.
Yeah. So, another thing with bowlers, I think they need to have a proper pace attack. You can't just go for random guys
They
here and
don't have
there.
Siraj anymore. So
Siraj, but at least they need to go for what if they target somebody like a Shami? Gujarat will also target him sure again if Shami is fit. But even for Bangalore, I think they need to look at their pace battery. I think that is the defining factor in most of their
I think
losses.
with
Most of
Bangalore,
their bowlers would go for 10, 11 runs per over. With Bhuvi, you might get a better economy, and I agree on that aspect with Bhuvi. Uh, but maybe
I mean, let's
then
see. It's a big mix. I think they can go for
there's so many
anyone
players
they
in the
want to.
auction.
But then the thing is, these were our picks, and you can definitely comment and tell us what
You tell us,
see.
especially in the pace attack, who would you
Yeah.
want to see? No Tim Southees, no Chris Wokes anymore, no
Mitchell Stark? No.
Mitchell Stark. Oh, Mitchell Stark.
Yeah,
They've
I
got
think
the money.
no. Yeah, I
They've
think
got the
Mitchell
money.
Stark.
They've got the money. And was Stark
You
was
need a
really
good pitch in India.
No, but Stark was good for them. For RCB, he was actually a good
But
buy.
that time, Stark was at his peak.
No, but Stark was at his peak in the KKR playoffs also.
So
Before that, he did not do anything.
Chinnaswamy wicket and Mitchell Stark. I think, yeah.
I think Mitchell Stark will be really good on Chinnaswamy wicket. Like everybody gets
Because
it right.
anyway, it doesn't bowl those many Yorkers nowadays.
No, but I still think with Stark and with his capability, and not to forget, he can add a lot of value lower down the order. In T20 cricket, even 2 6s can do a world of good for you, getting to that winnable score. And I think you kind of need those players with Stark, with his left arm pace bowling. I think match made in heaven if RCB.
I think there's another team who's actually also might just go after Stark, and if they do, no other team can probably get him in.
Punjab.
So we'll
50 crores.
We'll discuss that another video.
50 crores.
We'll have that another
anyway,
video.
We'll come to
Punjab can actually flush out 50 crores for a player.
They might. They are like anyway. Punjab Kings we are going to discuss next with you. So stay tuned because on the very next day you will find the Punjab Kings video also. And do let us know in the comments who do you think RCB should be retaining, or whether they did the right thing by not retaining Siraj and having Yash Dayal there, and who should be their top picks in the upcoming auction. Thank you for watching.